This is an explanation of how to review the curriculum that will need to be board approved this August. So for starters, when you open this Google Sheet document, you'll see that there are some tabs at the bottom. And the first tab is where your usernames and passwords exist. And so everyone has a generic username and password, just so that we're not sharing one, which could overload the system if many of you were in it at the same time. At the top of this page where the usernames and passwords are, you can see that there is a link which will take you to the Rubicon Atlas platform. So you're going to click on the link and enter the Rubicon Atlas platform, and you are going to utilize your username and password in order to get into the system. So I'm just going to take the first one, reviewer1@sparta.org, type that in, reviewer1, and then your password was SpartaT1. And then you can log into the system. Once you're in, there's a few things you can do, but I'm actually going to show you the shortcut in order to find the curriculum that needs to be reviewed. So once you log in, you're actually just going to click back on the Google Sheet that I shared with you. And now you can see the tabs at the bottom that represent the elementary school, middle school, and high school. And so these include all the new courses or new curriculum that was written and is either ready to be reviewed or almost ready to be reviewed. So you'll notice, even looking here on this page, which is our elementary school, anything that's linked is ready to be viewed. Anything that's unlinked, it says unfinished next to it. And you'll notice that a lot of the visual and performing arts classes are unfinished, and they will be mostly done by next week. But definitely before our committee meetings and before our board meeting. So once these unfinished curricula are finished, which most of them are very close to being finished, it's just that the availability of the teachers over the summer, some weren't available until August. So they're just finalizing their documents. And once these are complete, then they'll start to show up as linked in this document. And I'll remove the unfinished notation next to them. So what I would probably recommend is that you start with the health and PE curricula for each grade level or grade band, because that will be the curriculum that is released to the community next week, towards the end of the week, so that you have it a week earlier. So in order to review that curriculum, you're just going to click on it, and it's going to take you to the Atlas platform where the curriculum is located. And the first page, which simply has a course description. If you want to be able to see the course description, you can just move this out of the way. You can just click on the drop down. Oh, what did I click on here? Okay, let's try that again. You can just click on the drop down and it'll give you an overview of what this course entails. You could close the course description so that it doesn't take up space on your screen. And then you'll see that you have all of the units for the course. So the name of the course is Health and Physical Education, grades K through 2. You'll notice there's a D here. It is in a draft form. And these are all the different units for grades K through 2. Wherever you see the notation with an FL next to the unit name, that means it's a family life unit. So we'll just go to this one. On this page, you can also see how things are laid out. This is the scope and sequence, and it shows you when units will be taught. But if you click on each unit, you can go through one at a time, and you'll see that the curriculum is aligned to the CUSAC mandates. So you have a unit summary. We have our New Jersey Student Learning Standards. These are the standards that were selected for this particular unit. We have our career readiness in computer science and design standards, our connections, cross-curricular reading across content areas and writing across content areas, our enduring understandings, our essential questions, our learning targets, our learning activities. And in the learning target of each lesson, where there is a family life lesson or series of lessons, you'll see the highlighted section. This is family life lesson. Remember, in second grade, it's a shared lesson, so this will be what is taught and expected to be discussed at home. Obviously, that will be an option for the family. And this is what will be taught at school. You can see our instructional materials and anything that's linked you can follow, and this will take you to the at-home lesson and just the suggested speaking points if families are looking for that support. So this is basically what a curriculum document looks like. If you don't want to see all of this content at the same time, these little arrows on the side will allow you to open or close portions of the document. So if you want to focus on one particular portion so that you don't have to see it all at once, you can do that. Or of course, you can have them all open simultaneously. It's up to however you want to view it. To go back, you would just follow this thread so you can see health and physical education K2 is highlighted. So you can click back on that and you can go to an additional unit. So we were just in unit 7, which is the family life unit. That's where the family life lessons exist, where parents will have options of whether or not they want to participate in the family life lesson or lessons, or if they want to participate in the extended health lesson. But you can go through any of these units and see what's included. For kindergarten and first grade, there is no family life unit. So if you click on that, you'll see that the unit is set up in the same way. I have this view edit toggle. You won't have that at the top of your screen because you aren't curriculum editors. But things to take a look at are New Jersey Learning Standards. You want to make sure that we have our 2020 learning standards in each unit, and the standards appear not only here where our content standards are listed, but again, our integrated standards, which are career readiness, life literacies, key skills, and computer science and design. You can see there are 2020 standards too, so that means it's been updated. All of these boxes are filled in and addressed to show us how we're developing this unit. If you're not sure what an enduring understanding is, you can hover over portions of this front page and it will tell you what that all means. And again, we have our instructional materials and resources. So if I wanted to go back, this is Unit 5, I would just click on Health and Phys Ed, and it'll bring me back to all of the other units that are in our Health and Phys Ed K2 curricula. When you're done looking at these units in the curricula, you can close this, and then you can move on to the next curriculum. So again, I would focus on looking at health and PE first so that you have a chance to review it before it's made viewable in draft version to the community. But of course, any link you click on, you're going to see is set up and organized in a similar fashion. So if I were to click on Grade 2 Library, it's going to take me back to the Rubicon platform. It will say the name of the curriculum that I'm looking at. It will show me a course description, again, if I want to read that. And I have all of my units here, so I can see what these units entail. In our library units for grades K through 5, that's where we have embedded our computer science standards. You'll actually notice there aren't computer science standards that are content standards, but here they are. Computer science standards are listed under computer science and design thinking. So again, they're aligned to the 2020 standards, and all of our boxes are filled in that address the different demands of the curriculum based on CUSAC, including our modifications and strategies for differentiation. So you can click on that link to review that as well. Remember, whenever you're in a unit and you want to get back to the homepage, you just click back, and you'll notice that once again, whether you're looking at library, art, or anything else, you can simply just click the units that you want to view. When you're done with these units in this menu, you can just close this and go back to the spreadsheet and find the next curriculum that you want to review. Again, we have elementary school, middle school, we have several at the high school level, and we do have, a handful of curriculum, mostly in the visual and performing arts, because that was the work we saved for over the summer, and so that's being finished as we speak. If you have any questions, I guess the last thing I will share with you is that this document was created to make it easy to navigate finding the different curricula that's been updated and or newly created. But once you log in to the Atlas platform I showed you before, once you log in, then the links will allow you to move right into, it'll recognize that you're logged in and it will allow you to move right into the platform. Another way to use the platform, let's move this out of the way. Another way to use the platform is that you can go to all curriculum and you can browse all the district curriculum that exists. And so not all of the, we have a lot of district curriculum. And so I didn't want you to have to search or filter through it because that can be time consuming and sometimes difficult to find. But there is a filter over here on the left. So if you do want to search things, I would say the easiest way to search things is first look at what level you want to look at for a building level or a school level. So if I was interested in looking at the middle school, and then by subject. So if I wanted to see all the math classes at the middle school, I would just filter it by middle school math and hit browse. And then you'll notice that middle school math appears for you. And so you have 6th, 7th, and 8th grade math listed here. Sometimes what I've noticed is that some things have been noted as electives. So I just want to take a quick look at that and see if that, if that alters the list for us. So elective and math. Right, so we have some additional math classes, and for some reason, some of them, we do have electives here, like computer science, but at any rate, it just shows you a list of all of the curricula that you want to look for if you wanted to use this filter feature. It's not necessary to do so. All of the curriculum that you would need to review, again, is linked here for you in this spreadsheet. So 4 tabs across the bottom. It's how to access Rubicon, your username and your password, and then the various schools, which include the curricula that needs to be reviewed. If you have any questions at all, definitely reach out, and I'm happy to help you find what you're looking for. Okay, thanks.